My 600-pound life is about people changing their lives for the better usually. Today in this video, I'm going to go over 10 of the saddest My 600-pound life stories. Welcome back to Spinning Film. Let's get into the video. Number 10, Penny. After losing 35 pounds in the beginning on a controlled diet, Penny was offered the bypass surgery. However, after the surgery, it was a downward spiral as she never lost more weight but instead gained 5 pounds more. She was clearly sneaking food under the radar and lost her motivation to walk to the extent that she had to be transported to the staff when she kept missing her appointments. At this point, when she should have been walking herself, she was deluded to an extent that she termed her journey victorious.
And that you are the sweetest little boy, my little angel, out of all the other little boys.
Number 9, Angela Johns. Angela was one of the controversial patients of season 7, given her quarrelsome and combative behavior. Playing herself as the victim, she blamed Dr. Now for punishing her with the weight loss goals. After losing only 45 pounds in 5 months, it came to her as a shock that Dr. Now was unhappy with her progress. She felt mistreated as Dr. Now told her she was making excuses since she didn't even lose the 50 pounds she was supposed to shed in 1 month. Disregarding the doctor's efforts, she said she doesn't need him if she has to lose this much weight on her own.
Not coming because I'm not losing weight. So I hope that you see I'm not lying when I get there.
Now you're claiming you lost him.
Number 8, Sean Milliken. Sean Milliken, a star of TLC's My 600-Pound Life, has died at the age of 29. Sean first appeared on My 600-Pound Life in 2016 when he was bedridden and weighed around 900 pounds. He and his mother Renee moved to Houston so he could get weight loss surgery. Sean explains in the episode that his weight gain started because of his difficult relationship with his father, who used to back him into a corner and yell into his face. It was scary, so I would eat, and suddenly I felt a lot better, Sean said. In that moment, nothing else mattered. Sean successfully dropped 400 pounds through weight loss surgery, but his mom died in 2017, and he struggled in the aftermath.
Transitions from having his mother do everything for him, and hopefully to get him started to where he's able to do things for himself.
Sean was in a Houston hospital.
Number 7, Lisa Fleming. Lisa Fleming, who was featured on My 600-Pound Life, died just months after appearing on the TLC reality series. She was 50. Her daughter Danielle announced her mother's death on Facebook. Fleming died at her Texas home. The cause is not known. Fleming's episode on My 600-Pound Life aired on the most recent season 6 in February. She weighed close to 705 pounds at the time, then underwent weight loss surgery in which she lost 200 pounds, but her body gave out, her daughter said. Fleming's passing follows by just weeks by the death of James L.B. Bonner, who also appeared on season 6 of My 600-Pound Life. Number 6, James L.B. Bonner. The 30-year-old who starred on TLC's My 600-Pound Life was found dead on a ditch with a gunshot wound on August 2nd, according to an incident report obtained by People. He was found by a police officer from South Carolina's Lexington County Sheriff's Department. Before his death, Bonner shared a Facebook post in which he thanked everyone for their support and said he needed to face his demons, writing, "I just want to say thank you to everyone who has shown me love and support throughout my journey." Bonner added, "I've realized a few things over the last few days, and it's time that I face my demons head on. No matter what you change or the efforts you put forth in life, sometimes you just have to take it on the chin and deal with things your own way. Please don't ever let people you care about not know how you feel." Number 5, Robert Butchels. Robert Butchell, the Fort Driver star of TLC's My 600-Pound Life, died Wednesday, November 15th, 2017 from a heart attack while filming the series at a hospital in Houston. His death was announced by TLC after the Wednesday, February 28th episode. He was 41. His fiancée, Catherine Lemansky of Manchester, addressed the viewers in an epilogue following Wednesday's episode. "He told me, 'I don't think I'll make it through the night. I love you and I always will,' Lemansky said. 'I lost my best friend and the person I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with.' Butchell had lost more than 200 pounds. His top weight was 842 pounds. And he had undergone lymphedema removal surgery. Yet a previously unacknowledged addiction to painkillers came back to haunt him. Depression set in, and he stopped exercising before he went on to cardiac arrest. Number 4, Xiaolin Whitworth. Once dubbed the fat girl rock star, Xiaolin spent a portion of her life being paid to hang out with men who were into big women that just helped her spiral out of control to the point where she couldn't bear to look at herself, and it looked like she was ready to turn things around when she showed up on the show. What ended up holding her back in a big way was the fact that her husband was dead set against her losing any weight, despite knowing that her body was ready to give out any second, and he refused to support her decision to become a better version of herself. He was having none of Dr. Now's treatment options. And it wouldn't stop complaining about how Xiaolin was making the wrong decision with every pound she tried to lose. That was a really self-centered thing for him to do, and it's clear that he didn't care about his wife's attempts to even lose an ounce of weight. He was only thinking about himself and his ridiculous fetish about dating big women. Needless to say, Xiaolin finally let it kick him out of the curb in order to get better. Number 3, Olivia Cruz. When Olivia showed up on My 600-Pound Life, she was desperate to lose weight but wasn't able to work up the energy to do anything about it herself. Her drastic move to have Dr. Now provide her the help she needed was driven by the fact that she was so big she hadn't left her basement in 2 years due to being unable to move more than a few feet at a time. She had been an overeater since childhood as a way to cope with depression, and things just spiraled out of control as the years went by. She had already had 2 surgeries, which had both failed, and Dr. Now voiced his skepticism about whether he had a third surgery would do anything at all to help. And he still took her under his wing anyway, because she knew that she needed all the help she could get, and was even surprised when all of her hard work paid off. She went from being enormous to weighing less than 200 pounds by the time she was finished with the program. Number 2, Jean Covey. When people show up on my 600-pound life, it's usually because they end up hitting rock bottom, which gives them serious motivation to get their life straightened out. Being over 600 pounds when she agreed to show up on the show, and we can safely say that Jean absolutely checked that box. She even uprooted her life before her appearance on the hit TV show, moving all the way to Houston in order to be closer to Dr. Now, a move that is a huge life decision regardless of the reason, and we would expect someone in Convey's position to follow through with her treatment at that point. Number 1, Shanae Murray Hopkins. Shanae Murray was another contestant who dropped off the map halfway through her treatment with Dr. Now. She did have an amazingly hard life, which probably messed her up a lot, and definitely led her to overeating issues. After starting the process, she began flaking out, missing a ton of important appointments, and actually gaining a lot more weight before her surgery. Even after she promised to try and lose weight, it's obvious that she didn't put in any work at all and just gave up. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.